can I kick it? Yeah, don't ask me a thing, how I got her, how I did it. Yeah, spend the whole half, had a blast, can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain, can I kick it? Just to flex, I went and bought a chain, can I kick it? Things ain't been the same, things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask, can I?
Hey, could count on my power, and look at my dogs from way back then.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Yeah, he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
It's a gain of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On second down, here's Henry. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down and 5.
Throwing, Jones. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. I'll tell you, the effort's sensational, but he may have come up a foot or so short of the line he needed. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up fourth down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. And nothing but daylight ahead. 30, 10, 5, touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Carson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
First time with J.K. Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And here's Hoff-Richter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
29-yard line.
Now Jones. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. And that is incomplete.
This is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Switzer on the return. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Carolina. Such Such an impressive punt return, 83 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. They get the stop defensively, force the punt. They score without their offense even stepping on the field.
I remember playing on special teams and teasing the guys on offense like, look, you don't even worry about it. You guys just hang out over there. We'll bring this one all the way back and get the points we need. In this case, they actually got that done.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun, Jones. Incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw again, Jones. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jones. Flush to his right. Throw across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by a Keller Witherspoon. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Operating from the gun, Jones. And right side, Henry's got it. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. These 2 teams all tied after 1. The Saints on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. A big play for the Saints on 3rd down. And even 40 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 7.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down. It's Henry. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Got a man slung. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A first down carry for Henry. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. Just shutting him off there. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And the Saints are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Carson, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Chris Carson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Saints 14, Panthers 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
That means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He's going to air one out. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
At their own 43-yard line.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Jones. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Pressure gets to him again. Davis speeds in for the sack on the corner blitz.
A loss of 9.
Here's Tressway now. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and it's 3rd and 4.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used a slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Complete to
Jerry Jeudy with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game.
Is good.
And he's got it up and through.
The game at 14. Sterling Hawkrichter set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure.
Double team, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
First and 10.
Ball up to the the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Got 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Jerry Jeudy. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Panthers have broken our tie as they take the lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
21. Saints 14.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field. And the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Jones now throwing again. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Flushed out right. That is caught at the 7. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Jordan Brooks with it. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Saints take over 1st and 10.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. Taken about 7 yards deep, and we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Looking deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he only manages a couple here, down to about the 38-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Burrow on play action. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
And his kick is good.
Makes the score Panthers 28, Saints 14.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us.
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They try to set up a bubble screen here. It's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup there.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jones to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They run it with Carson. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll run. It's Henry. Inches there, relied on the big guys up front and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Derrick Henry, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They'll start with a quick throw complete out to the right. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now Joe Burrow on third and long. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jerry Judy, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Saints 21.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the gun, Jones. He's going to look deep down the field. It's an interception. Picked off at the 22. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On 2nd down now, Dobbins takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
3rd down.
On 3rd down, Burrow. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taken at about the 16. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? About the 18-yard line, it looks like. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. First down. Here's Burrow. He's going to wind up and air it out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around to make the play on the football.
11 yards and a Panther first down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left for being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
A good pickup there at 22.
The Panther first down.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Tyler Higbee, his second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
And this one through the uprights and good.
42, Saints 21. Sterling Hoffrichter.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
It's a gain of 7.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Again, it's Henry.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Brings up third down.
The Saints on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. This is Carson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
That's good.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
At the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, Henry, and very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Henry. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Derrick Henry, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, he just bumped up his personal stats with a 2nd score, but they still have some ground to make up.
Not terrific for today because of what you just said. They're still down on the scoreboard. But later in the year, when he piles it all up, he starts to think about contract time. That's a pretty good deal for him. And I know darn well that you've got him in fantasy football, don't you?
I don't. You always think that.
I always think
just
that.
I appreciate that you think I'm smart enough to have him in fantasy.
No, you are.
Thanks. Kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
He's taken
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. Call it a gain of 3, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to kick it away. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Ray Hopkins, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it will be incomplete as time has has run out on this football game.
Saints, the